All right, guys, I'm back here with another scan tool overview. In this video here, we're going to talk about the Foxwell NT809BT. And for those who don't know, BT stands for Bluetooth. So I'll just quickly show you what came in the box. It's in a blow molded case. It's very lean, which is good. They cut corners here and don't put a lot of stuff in the box, which is nice. You just get a cord, USB type C to USB type A. You get the scan tool itself. You get some instructions and quick start guides here, and you get the Bluetooth dongle. And one cool thing I don't know if I've seen this on a Bluetooth dongle before is that let me back up here. Is that it has the a charge port here. I'm assuming you can connect the Bluetooth the USB type C cable here and then connect that to the scan tool to give it some charge if you need to. So before we get into this overview, let me go put this in the car and I'll turn my car on. I just wanted to show you all that before we got started. Just to say my initial impressions before I get back to the unit is that so far I think the unit, it feels pretty good. It doesn't in any shape or way doesn't relate to, I guess, the price point that it's at, for example. Meaning that it has some pretty decent features. It feels pretty solidly built, and well, I guess in this price range, the only thing that I think that's the issue with this scan tool is the name, Foxwell. And we'll get to that in a minute. I by any stretch of the imagination don't think this is a bad scan tool, but I'll tell you what I mean by that in a minute. So I'll just give you a quick overview. Okay, first of all, diagnostic screen. You go into here, you're going to see everything you need to see, whatever brand. You can do a search. Maintenance it has 30 special functions here you can execute. Let's go back here. You can do updates here, and when you go to the update menu, it'll show you which ones have the latest versus which ones need to be updated. And it's just one touch update. You can hit update all, like these right here say update, you update them, and obviously these says latest. You don't have to worry about those. Now, one thing about this version here, they say this here is the 2023 upgraded version. Okay, so what I have found, there is some differences in this than the older, say 2021 or 2022 versions of the Foxwell NT809BT. That is, this has 3 years of updates versus the last year it was just 18 months. So you get double that. And also I think that the active tests work a whole lot better. I think if you go and search YouTube for this particular model here and watch some of the older videos, I've ran across a few that say you only get active tests or activation tests for certain modules in the car, like the body control module. There was not any for the TCM or the ECM, for example. But that's not the case with this tool here, because they do have a lot of active tests, at least with my cars. And again, every car is going to vary, and that's just like with any scan tool. But again, they have made that a difference. So those are the two notable changes. And so let me show you that. If you go to account here, just to verify that, if you go to my products and hit serial number management, you will see that I just activated this the other day. Now it expires in 2026. So that is in fact 3 years worth of updates. Now, about the active test, let me show you something that's pretty nice about the scan tool before we get into doing anything else with the tool here. If you go here to coverage list, when you pull up, say if this is your only scan tool and you don't know where to work with certain things on a car, or if your friend had a scan tool and you say, hey man, will this work with my car so I'll know should I buy this or not, or something like that, for example. This little tool they have built in tells you, and it actually works. It's actually quite functional. I don't know if I've ever seen this on another scan tool before, but well, this is it. So let me show you. So I'm gonna use my 2010 Buick LaCrosse as the test model here. So we go down to GM. My hand's a little cold, so hopefully the touchscreen act right. We're gonna go to 2010. Okay. This is a Buick, LaCrosse, or Allure, either one will work. And now if you say pick the system, let's just hit search and it'll show you first of all what'll pop up. It'll show you all of this right here, like in terms of function, ECU information, live data, active test, so on and so forth for many, many things. You see right here is 13 pages worth. But let's just go to the ECM, for example. And let's see, engine control module. Yep, and hit search now. And it pops up, as you can see, on the function list, it has active test, ECU information, inspection, I'm assuming inspection, maintenance, live data, trouble codes. So again, you can find out if this tool does in fact work for your car. Now, one of the ways that they cut a few corners here, like in terms of the software, like it don't do keys or anything like that. But again, that's not terribly expected, but at the same time, most scan tools in this price range do keys. Some do much better than I think X2 has the best like key coverage in this price range, probably on up to $1,000, all the way up to $1,000 or more, actually, believe it or not. But this does not have key coverage, but that's not a deal breaker because most people, especially as a DIYer, it's nice to have because I have used it, but again, at the same time, it's not necessarily a deal breaker. But anyway, I thought it was a cool feature. So, all right, so let's get on back here. Wait a minute, see my hands are cold here. Hold on here. And they're not, see, there we go. Let me try to rub them a little bit. All right, so now let's go into maintenance. And I showed you the maintenance side, never mind. So let's go to diagnosis. So what we're gonna do is, we're just gonna go ahead and hit the auto VIN. Up in the top left where it says VIN. We're gonna hit that and hit manual read and just let it do its thing. And it shows you different things, a little bit different than other scan tools. That was pretty fast just to pull that up. So let's see how fast does it read. Let's just hit quick scan. This is a 3.6. And it, I think I've seen another scan tool where like it don't immediately starts reading. I think it kind of loads. I think it kind of figures out which module the car has first and then begins to read. So again, like I said, that's just something about this software. I believe one of my X tools does that. But again, on I have other scan tools like my launch and things that it doesn't do that. If you click that, it'll hit equip here. It'll just go. And yeah, see, there you go. Now it just goes into this here. And it's fairly fast. So I think that again, like I said, the only now I talk about this while it's going is the name Foxwell. And the reason why I say that is that it's like buying, say, a Kia or Kia Stinger, right? Say one of those nice, really badass sports cars that Kia has, right? Like most people say, well, why would I spend 40 or 50 grand on a Kia when I can go buy, say, a Dodge Challenger or a whatever else, Mustang or whatever, right? So I think Foxwell is just like in my view, again, maybe I could be wrong, maybe there are other specific markets for it, but I think it's like one of them scan tools is kind of, it just in a sea of other scan tools that it has a better established name, like Autel, X-Tool, ThinkCar, TopDon. And think about that, what I just said. ThinkCar and TopDon are relatively new additions to the market, but they quickly came in and established themselves as top-notch tools. ThinkCar does get a little flack though, because on their lower end tools, they do some microtransaction where you have to buy certain features and things like that. But on their higher end scan tools like the Think Tool Pro S, for example, you pay for your updates and have all the functionality of the scan tool. And if you don't pay for the new updates, well, the scan tool still functions and you just keep using it. But that's not the case with some of the lower end scan tools. So anyway, I have no faults here. Let's see what I got. I fault, let me see, in the body control module. Keyless transmitter battery. Okay, battery is low, it seems to be. Invalid data is received. Not sure what that's about. But anyway, this is my 2017 Buick LaCrosse here that I'm on, not the 2010. So it might just be one or two little random faults. But anyway, that's that. Let's show you what the report looks like. Let's see, did I hit report? Thought I did. Okay, I guess that is a report. Let's go back. Let's see. Hit save. And I think you have an opportunity to call it if you want to say pre-scan or post-scan status on save. You want to do pre-scan, post-scan, for example. Just go ahead and hit save. It doesn't matter for me. All right, so now let's just go back and let's take a look and hit OK. We're going to go to control modules. So here, I just want to show you what type of active tests are in the control module, so you can see now that if anybody who has had or still has one of these, maybe they updated the 2021, 2022 versions of these scan tools to have this capability. But again, search YouTube for this model and you'll see some people say they don't have active tests, say an engine control module and a TCM, for example. But if you go here to engine control module and we're going to hit automatic, and let's let that roll. All right. So now we're going to go to, they call it here not active test or actuation, they call it control functions. So if you go to control functions, you can see where it says all of these things here have some sort of, nearly all of them have some sort of active test. So let's just go to AC compressor clutch relay, for example. See what it says. Wait a minute, hold up. Let me see here. Oh yeah, on or off, like you can turn it on and off right here. And I guess it gives you the live data associated with that. And then let's go to the active grill shutter position, active grill shutter 1. You can, let's see what happens when you click that. And then you can say open and close at the bottom. For example, let's go to something that's more relevant. Let's go to say, oh, you do a compression test. Yeah, there we go. This is very relevant. See, this is built in the GM system here. So you don't have to have a special function for this. You can do the compression test for each cylinder, for example. And so let's go back here and evap system. You can do purge solenoid valve, purge vent valve, purge. You can do a seal the system. Like for example, you click here. And again, I just want to show you that they actually do have, like I say, increase and decrease the venting. For example, if you see down here in the bottom right. So now let's go back to the TCM and see what we have here. Okay, go to the transmission control module. And let's hit control functions and auxiliary fluid pump shift solenoid valve. Let's just click shift solenoid valve 1 and 2, click 1. And see what happens. And then you can say disabled, enabled, and you can, again, they have a lot of not special functions, but active tests on this scan tool, which I won't really go into today because I'm not sitting in my car, because this scan tool here does not have screen recording. And I didn't really feel like sitting in my car trying to set up stuff to record the screen and like hold the camera and do this. I just want to do it right here on my bench top, but however, hook it to a car to show you what is available. I did do some of these features with my 2010 Buick when I first got the scan tool the other day, and I can tell you that I did several things, just the basic stuff like rolling the window up and down, windshield wipers, blew the horn, a lot of stuff. It works. It works. I didn't do anything necessarily with the ECM controls, but anyway. So with that said, that's the by the way, this is the unplugged signal. So when you go to exit diagnosis, that little air raid siren, if you will, sound is what's saying, hey, take your VCI out of the car. Which again, at your home, you can turn this sound off, by the way. You probably might be annoyed by this sound, but if you was in a shop or somewhere working, you might want to keep it as annoying as it is, because, well, you don't want to forget your Bluetooth dongle in somebody's car. All right, so that said, that's it. That's the Foxwell NT809BT. If you got any questions, please post them in the comment. If you want to know will it work with your car, please post in the comment. And also, if you're just interested in buying one, I have an affiliate link in the pinned comment below.